All right. Hello. I just finished not reading, listening to Greenlights by Matthew McConaughey on Audible, and it's actually the actor Matthew McConaughey. It's actually him reading it, which makes it very entertaining because he's obviously got good delivery. He can act. He can put expression in his voice. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it just as a story because he's had an interesting life. One of my favorite things was one summer when he went and built a treehouse 13 stories high with stolen timber and spent the summer there. And then he went into film, and he made quite a lot of money, which allowed him to do whatever he wanted. This is the bit that I found really interesting. Doing whatever he wanted. For him, it wasn't, oh, now I'm going to buy a fast car and I'm going to spend loads of money and I'm going to sleep with loads of women. And he did that eventually. It was just an opportunity to be himself. So he got a what do you call them, a holiday home, and rode around the states and lived in trailer parks where he met lots of interesting people, and he kept a diary. It was freedom. It was freedom, and him being what he wanted to be, which impacted me. There are, I think, some valuable life lessons in the book as well. It's an autobiography. He's quite a thoughtful guy. He writes a lot of short stories, poetry, some of which are in there. Um, I'd never heard of him before watching The Wolf of Wall Street, or what's the other one? Dallas Buyers Club. Dallas Buyers Club was brilliant, and there's a story about how they made that in there because what I didn't know about Matthew McConaughey was he'd become the rom-com guy, a guy with his shirt off who does these, rom-coms. I've never watched rom-coms, and then in his 30s or 40s he wanted to stop doing that, so he started turning down film scripts. It didn't work for 2 years. He turned down an offer, I think, for 14 million or something, and then eventually what he calls, well, I guess what you class as dramatic roles started to come his way. So that's the story bit of it. The delivery is really good. The story of his family, that's told beautifully. I mean, you could have made a film just out of that. It's an interesting upbringing, let's say. That parents divorced and married 3 times. No, divorced twice, married 3 times. The same parents. So it's quite a mercurial relationship. Um, Whilst I was listening to it, my daughter said to me, "Oh, is that the Mr. Moon, the koala from Sing?" I said, "I don't know, it might be." Turns out it was, so she recognised the voice. I didn't. But really good, really enjoyable. Just for entertainment, I'd give it a high score, maybe 8 out of 10. Is there anything to learn in there? Yeah, yeah. It's good that way as well. For me, it was just the whole point. What I really got from it is just be yourself. You can be rich or you can be poor, but what's important is that you just be yourself. If you're rich, you can be more of yourself because you have time to be yourself rather than having to be working all the hours God sends just to pay bills like some people do. Um, yeah, really good. Matthew McConaughey, Greenlights, highly recommended. 8 out of 10. Check it out. Okay, bye.